Now, before we toss it over to Trey Tonneson with today's weather, we have an important 11 news alert for you this morning. We're going to get on that right now. An investigation is underway following an officer-involved shooting that happened in Security-Widefield overnight. Now, this scene is still ongoing. We're going to give you a live look there. We have our 11 News reporter Lindsay Gruey out on Fontaine and Mark Scheffel. Lindsay, what do we know so far from officials?
Well, Becca, I've been talking to neighbors in the last 20-30 minutes. A lot of them are waking up this morning absolutely shocked to be seeing crime tape and police vehicles on what's normally a quiet street. This is Trancers Creek Way, and what the El Paso County Sheriff's Office is telling us is that last night around 11:30, they got a call from a neighbor living here who thought that there was a fight going on in the house next door, and they thought that there might be a gun involved. When deputies got here in the 6500 block behind me, when they got here, they tell us that they saw a gun in the driveway. They spoke to the man and woman inside the home, and we're told the male suspect immediately became uncooperative and then became aggressive. Deputies tried to detain him, and the sheriff's office says that while they were trying to detain him, that suspect was able to grab a taser off of a deputy and then deployed it. Now, during the scuffle, two of the deputies fired their guns, hitting the suspect. They tried life-saving measures after that, but sadly, the suspect did die here at the scene. Now, we talked to one neighbor who said around midnight, that's when he saw law enforcement flood this area. The area behind me is still blocked with crime tape and is expected to be blocked at least for another 4 or 5 hours. The sheriff's office says the investigation is still in its early stages. They're trying to figure out what happened with the original disturbance. They're trying to figure out if that gun was ever used. They're also trying to figure out the moments leading up to deputies firing their weapons. They do know the suspect deployed that taser. Again, they don't know if the gun was ever fired. 2 deputies were injured. Thankfully, their injuries were minor and they're recovering in the hospital this morning. And Trancers Creek Way, again, is going to be closed for several hours. So if you live in this area, you're allowed to leave your homes, but don't come here. We will be continuing to follow this case all week long. We're expecting some more updates during this coming week. The Colorado Springs Police Department is heading the investigation due to a state law that requires an outside agency to lead an investigation anytime force is used by a law enforcement officer. Again, we'll be following this in the coming days, so follow our website, kktv.com, and any updates in our newscast tonight. Live in Security-Widefield, I'm Lindsay Gruey, KKTV 11 News.